Hello, Trino community. My name is Vlad, and I am a solutions engineer for Tableau. Today is my pleasure to talk about one of our partners, Trino, the data source, and it is extremely easy to use Trino with Tableau. Step one, to see and understand your data, you have to connect to Trino. We call it a Starburst Enterprise connector within Tableau. First thing you're going to do is you're going to visit the Tableau Exchange. You can do that by going to your favorite engine and just searching for Tableau Exchange, or just going to tableau.com, or just visiting the URL that you see at the very top of my screen, which is extensionsgallery.tableau.com, and then searching for word Starburst, which is the corporation behind Trino. Within there, what you're going to do is you're going to download the connector definition file, and you're going to follow these instructions that are specific to either your Windows or Mac computer. Prior to this demo, I have downloaded this file and have installed it on my computer. When you do that, now let's switch to Tableau. You will double-click Tableau. And if you don't have Tableau, you can also get Tableau by going to tableau.com and downloading it by clicking this Try Now button. Right? So step one, if you have Tableau, you just go to Exchange and you download the connector. If you don't have Tableau, you download Tableau first, then the connector. And once you got it, you will have Tableau application. It may have a little less squares on the screen. On the left-hand side, what you will see is a list of connectors. The connector will show up on the left-hand side in the section of connect to a server, and it will be alphabetic. It will say Starburst Enterprise by Starburst. You're going to click on that, and I have already pre-filled it based on some of the demo material that I received from the team. You're going to enter your server information, the port, the username, and authentication style. You're going to enter the password, and you're going to hit sign in. At this point, Tableau is going to connect to it like it would connect to any database, and it's going to present to you a familiar screen. So there's a hierarchy of connectors within the product. So first you have to select a catalog. So when you will have your Trino database set up, it may not have all these drop downs, and you will pick the one that you find most appropriate for you. For this demo, I'm going to pick Redshift. Then you can scroll down to available schemas. It could be one or more. And then you're going to have a list of objects that exist in there. In my case, I have just two, account and customer. And in this scenario, you can just grab a table and drag it like this into the main prep area, and you're going to get a preview of the columns within it. So that's one choice. If you are a SQL aficionado, you can also go and drag this new custom SQL like this, and then you can write your SQL statement like this: select star, or maybe you want to select a very specific column. So very often you'll inherit a huge SQL that you're familiar with that you like to reuse. You can just copy and paste it in here and select star from customer, or you're going to be lazy like me and just drag and drop. For our demo today, I'm going to be focusing on New Jersey customers. So we're going to pretend we're the New Jersey tax board, and we're collecting taxes from New Jersey. Notice how I'm using the Tableau user interface to just using clicks, not code, to select what I may be interested in. So in this case, I'm going to be going for state, and the state is going to be New Jersey. Once the data model is complete and we are ready for analysis, what we're going to do is we're going to take this data model and we're going to publish it to the server. Once it's on the server, it's ready for analysis. So let's go ahead and switch to the server. So now When the data is published and available on the server, this is where it becomes governed and secure and reusable by many people. Your end users don't need to understand some of those intricacies of selecting a model and building a SQL statement. At this point, it becomes just a data source that's user-friendly and easy to use by anyone. In Tableau, the first experience that we give is a level experience for any user. So in here, we can go ahead and ask the questions in plain English. So notice these are our customers, and each customer pays taxes in this case. So let's go ahead and look how much taxes have we collected as the state of New Jersey across our customers. So you'll notice these are the column names that we've inherited from Starburst. And one of them is called prior tax year amount. So I'm going to start typing it, prior. And because Tableau is easy and fun to use, and we love our customers just as much as Starburst and its Trino product, we give you a type ahead, so you don't have to type out the full column name that some DBA may have prepared for you. So I can now click on this prior year tax amount like this and hit submit. At this point, we're going to execute a SQL statement, and we're going to see that there's $271 billion of taxes that New Jersey has collected over time. But what is that time? Right. So if we look at the column headers here again, one of them is tax year, and you'll see that the tax collection happened over the course of 9 years. So let's take a look. Are there more taxes coming into the system or less taxes? So I'm going to again type in word tax, just word tax, and you will see it will give me a set of columns and actually even some of the values, but I'm not going to spoil that for you. Say tax year, I'm going to choose that, and I'm going to hit go. And what you will see, Tableau presents you a line chart. So Tableau knows what's the best way to visualize data. And in this case, the best way to visualize time series, which we have here, is by showing you a line chart. So now we can see that the tax collection has been increasing over time. Just like with Excel, so for those of you who are familiar with Excel or other kind of section-based products, we have tabs in the bottom, and each tab is presented with a different perspective. So I'm going to leave this as sheet 1. I'm going to create a new sheet and ask a different question. When I'm done building this, we're going to get some insight in what's going on in the beautiful state of New Jersey. So again, I'm going to focus on my tax amount, but I'm going to slice it slightly differently from what I did a minute earlier. Hit go. Again, same $271 billion. My God, it's almost an inhuman number. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to look at it by county. So I'm going to type for county. And voila. So some of the counties are showing up as what we call polygons. If we want to look at it as a more nerdy way, as a bar chart where we can sort things, we get to see that Bergen County has collected the most taxes, and Salem County has collected the least amount of taxes. Now, interesting, what we can do is we can start looking at it also from another perspective. We can add word acreage and see if acreage is somewhat playing into this scenario. So we can see another interesting value that sometimes acreage does not, the bigger the state, right, or the bigger the property, is not necessarily indicative of how much taxes we're going to collect. As a matter of fact, let's give it another sort on the right-hand side. The county that collected the most taxes is Bergen County, which is right next to New York City, if you're not familiar with New Jersey geography, which really is not relevant to the size or the acreage of that county. Let's do one more type of analysis. Again, I'm going to start looking again at the tax amount. But now I'm going to go really specific. So for those of you who know New Jersey, there is the capital city, which is Trenton. So I can, and this is very common for all of you, so especially if you are a SQL person. In SQL, you can always say select star from account, or in this case, from our customer table, where city is Trenton. So much to say, right? In Tableau, because we are so user-friendly, and you most likely going to be exposing this not just to your technical folks, you can make this available to your user community, business user community. I can type word Trenton like this. And I get Trenton City right here in the music. I get a lot of choices, first of all. So you'll notice there's owner address, property location. So word Trenton is pretty popular, but specifically I want to know how much taxes have we collected in Trenton. So as soon as I say that and hit go, we see that Trenton as a city has collected $1.1 billion. Now, this experience in Tableau we call Ask Data. This is the universal way to see and understand your data by using language, right? Human language. If you're a little bit more advanced, what we can do is we can start off by asking questions in plain English, but then we can go deeper and we can ask similar questions in traditional Tableau drag and drop interface. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this ad hoc natural language analysis and save it. And now let's let it save. And now I can go ahead into a drag and drop interface for Tableau, where I can build next level or next type of analysis, which is a dashboard. So to build a dashboard in Tableau, what we have to do is we click on this element here, which is a dashboard element, and we double click our previously created sheets, which was sheet 1. Here we go. That's our line chart showing taxes over time. And now we're going to bring in our second line. So let's put them maybe this way. And now we could see our acreage and taxes again over time. So now you may be wondering, like, okay, it looks kind of cool. Like we get 2 miniaturized charts. And let's do this. Let's give it a pretty name. So this is going to be time. And these are going to be counties. So the beauty of Tableau is they can be interactive. So when I click on this little use as filter icon, things become interconnected. So for example, if I want to see, has Bergen County been always #1? Now I can click on, for example, year 2010, and you will see that, yes, Bergen County is #1, but Hudson and Passaic, look at the animation on the right-hand side, have swapped places, and Essex County has made more acreage available. So apparently Essex County has not been taxing all their property as well as they have done chronologically. If we look at 2019, Essex has gone through another adjustment. It actually has changed its data a little further. In this interface, what you can also do, you can create additional calculations that may have not been available. So for example, let's say we want to create a calculation which is the ratio of the land value to the building value. So how would you do that? So it's very easy in Tableau, for those of you who are familiar with SQL expressions, or even with just Excel, to create a new formula. All you have to do is give it a name and click that create. So the name is going to be land to building. And we're going to do sum of land value divided by sum of building value. And say, okay, depending on how you configure your connection, this can be pushed back. This calculation can be pushed back into Starburst or Trina, or it can be calculated in memory on Tableau. So if you're kind of interested a little bit more in that, definitely take the Tableau e-learning that's available on tableau.com, and it will show you how to do that and pros and cons of each. But here we go. So what's the universal land to building value? Let's drag and drop that. It's 0.798. So that means that our buildings usually, it means that our land's worth more than buildings. We can also bring it out, just like we did before, by tax year. And you will see that the ratio is actually dropping over time. Very insightful. And let's go ahead back to our dashboard, and let's bring in this new sheet here, and let's give it a name. Give it a name, land to building. Here we go. And equally, I can turn that to be an input for something. So I can click on, for example, 2019 and see what happens in 2019. So I'm going to kind of pause here for a minute and save this work. And now I'm going to expose this to my final end user community, the community that likes to consume this data as if it was an app. And as a matter of fact, Tableau can be just as beautifully consumed in a mobile app, whether it's iPad. So here we get device layouts. So it can be looked in the phone, tablet, or desktop. And Tableau will go ahead and make this view, and it will continue being interactive the same way as it is in the main application. Let's get this. Finally, what your users will also likely do, they will create subscriptions for this data. If they want to receive this via email, they can receive this via email, or they can receive it via when something changes. So users can set up data alerts, or they can set up that on schedule subscription. One final piece I just wanted to show you, if you're interested to learn more about some of this maybe data wizardry that I'm doing for you, what you can do is you can visit tableau.com and look at our e-learning, which is available both for free and paid. So if you go to the free training, so all this magic that I have been doing is available right here in Getting Started video. It's only 20 minutes, which is split into many little pieces. So this connecting to data will teach you some of those effects, whether you want to have something in memory cached or directly passed back to Trina. You can also learn some of the calculations and other tools available within the product. If you want to go even deeper, we have Tableau certifications and other types of trainings, which we are not going to go in this demo. But please stay curious and enjoy your data.